What's good, everyone? It's MJO23Dan back with another video. Today's video is going to be a pickup, and it's going to be an OG. So this one was actually a sneaker that somebody had reached out to me on Instagram and had given me an opportunity to purchase the shoe. So funny story is that it was actually his first time using PayPal, and I actually had to walk him through the invoice process. So besides all that, let me go ahead and show you what the sneakers are all about. So nicely bubble wrapped here. Thank you, sir. Let's go ahead and open this up. So as you can see, it's a silver box, specifically from 1999. Here is the box label. This is the Air Jordan 14 Low in the white obsidian Columbia blue colorway. Style number is 136019. Color code is 101. So back in the day, these dropped for a price of 130 bucks. So we have a note here. It says, "Thanks, MJO. Keep up what you are doing at Lenny_Mahoney." Alright, so pulling out the clean kicks, here we go. This is the Air Jordan 14 Low in the Columbia blue colorway. Obviously, the sneakers don't come with a retro card because they are OGs. Alright, so the Air Jordan 14 Low, these are some of the sneakers that I actually was not paying attention to back in the late 90s. I was actually paying attention more to what MJ was wearing on court, and these weren't one of them. The lows I actually did not fall in love with at first sight. It actually took me a little while longer to fall in love with them. So but this colorway in general is just really clean, really dope. I actually like that there's a mid form, or you know, the regular type shoes that have like this colorway in a sample form, and I actually think that Jordan Brand should retro that sometime in the near future. But 14s overall are dope. So just going over the sneaker real quick, we have obsidian on the tongue, as well as the Jordan on the back. You got the Columbia blue wrapping around the entire midsole. And one thing to note about the sneaker itself is that with OG 14s, they're notorious for peeling. So on these actual lows, they're not doing that. So that's something that I actually like, and something I don't have to restore later on down the line. Let me know in the comments your guys' thoughts about the shoe overall. The sneaker features really nice leather. Some of this leather you don't even see on regular retros these days. One other detail that's really nice here is the eyelets being metal, and you got 3 up here at the top. And it's just a way for you to lace up the sneakers in a different fashion. The sneaker overall has good ventilation, as you can see with the perforated holes. Big air vent on the side. Breathability on the tongue. The soles on the Air Jordan 14 has nice herringbone traction and a midfoot shank that covers the sole, wrapping up to the medial portion of the shoe. On the insole, you have a white insole with an obsidian blue Jumpman. Metal lace tips with the Jumpman logo on them, Jumpman on the toe, and a firm plastic piece at the top of the tongue. So as I noted in other videos, you're going to have a nice rigid plastic piece up here by the tongue, whereas in retros you can actually bend this area. So that's one thing to note about OGs and retros. So you have Jordan on the top and 14 at the back. And here's the inside tag in case you were wondering about the details. And the emblem on the side, supposed to represent the Ferrari that Mike drives, still has a plastic piece covering it. But overall, guys, this is a clean sneaker to own. I finally have my chance at it, and it has now entered the collection. Alright, so before I go, let me show you one more thing. So this package was actually delayed a day, and shout out to @NikeStories, aka Drew Hamill, who actually wrote a piece about me in Finish Line. I'll go ahead and throw that link in the description so you guys can learn more about that. And he actually featured this on his page, and I hit him up and I basically said, "Hey, I'm looking for that magazine. I was wondering if you can help me out." He actually just gave me the retail price plus shipping, and here it is today. I was actually delayed one day because he was coming from New Jersey, and as you can see, it looks like it was dragged through the mud. So besides all that, let's see inside if the magazine is actually okay. And what he was telling me was an actual store in New York that sells these books. In case you were wondering, this is the bookstore that he purchased it from. And here is the magazine. This is the Nike Chronicle Deluxe from 1971 through the 1980s. And in particular, what I wanted out of this book, and this was a book I was actually looking at on eBay for quite some time, but it was always expensive. It wasn't something that I wanted to spend money on. But this one was actually a good deal. Drew hooked it up, gave me the retail price. And the reason why I wanted this was because in this magazine has a bunch of Air Jordans, specifically OG Air Jordan 1s. So as you can see here, you have the white natural gray, these royal blues, which in essence retro this here, which became the storm blues. You have Carolina 1s, the metallic series, this white black, which actually looks in person to be a dark navy. And then the actual rest of the metallic series. So I'm actually going to go through this book and just see some of the vintage pieces that they included here. And this is just a phenomenal lookbook. In here as well, you have items that were for sale from Nike. In terms of apparel, you got a beanie, you got like dad hats, duffel bag, wristband, and then the gear that he actually wore in some of these promos. So you got the flight suit, the OG Wings logos, all that good stuff. Now besides all of that in Jordan, you got a whole bunch of other apparel and other sneakers in here, like the Nike Dunks. And again, this spawns back to 1971. So this is just a fantastic magazine to have, or a book actually, in the collection. The Nike Chronicle Deluxe and the Air Jordan 14. If you guys like the content, please subscribe to the channel, hit me with a big thumbs up, drop a comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.